Did you guys notice that a lot of players switched allegiances in 2025? And with big international tournaments fast approaching, seeing a lot of players switching wasn't so surprising. Now that the year is over, we want to look back and see some of the players who actually did. Let's get straight to it. These are 8 players who switched national teams in 2025. Let's start with Wan-Bissaka. He was born in London and his dream had always been to represent England at the senior level. He represented England at different youth levels and waited for the first team call-up, but it never came. When he moved to Man United, he thought that would boost his chances. And to be fair, it did, as he actually earned a call-up in 2019. But he was eventually forced to withdraw due to an unfortunate injury. After that, he just didn't get another opportunity, but he continued to insist on waiting for England. After his move to West Ham in 2024, it became obvious that he wouldn't get many more opportunities, so in 2025, he decided to switch to his ancestral country, DR Congo, at the age of 27. His switch was approved by FIFA in August and he made his debut in September. And since then, he's been a regular member of the squad and is even currently with the team at the Africa Cup of Nations. Interestingly, much earlier in his career, Wan-Bissaka represented the DR Congo under-20 team in a friendly against England's under-17s back in 2015. But he switched to England's youth team in 2018 before then switching back to DR Congo 7 years later. Another player at the AFCON who switched allegiances in 2025 is Ibrahim Mbayi. The 17-year-old forward was born in France and represented France at the youth levels. But in 2025, he made the bold decision to switch to his father's country, Senegal. He got his first call-up to the Senegal national team in November 2025, but his switch was not approved by FIFA until December, just in time for him to be named in Senegal's AFCON squad. In such a short time, Mbayi has already made history by becoming Senegal's youngest ever goal scorer and the youngest player to represent the country at the AFCON. Mbayi's switch is super interesting because one could argue that, with the way his career has started at PSG, he actually stood a chance of representing the France national team in a couple of years. But he decided to switch very early in his career to represent his ancestral land. Very commendable. Next, let's talk about Castro. The 22-year-old midfielder was born in Germany to a German father and represented Germany at the youth levels. But in 2025, he decided to switch allegiances to his mother's country, South Korea. FIFA approved his request to switch to South Korea in August. He then received his first call-up in September and made his debut against the United States that same month. The Mönchengladbach man is expected to be part of South Korea's 2026 World Cup squad. Another player expected to be at the World Cup is Chemstein Talby, and he too switched allegiances in 2025. The 20-year-old attacker was born in Belgium and represented Belgium at the youth levels, but in March 2025, he decided to make the switch to Morocco. That same month, he received his first call-up to the Morocco national team, and he called it a dream come true. Considering he switched even before his 20th birthday without even giving a real chance to the Belgian senior team, we're inclined to believe that it was actually his dream. Another player who switched from a European country to a North African one in 2025 is Luca Zidane. He was born in France to French legend Zinedine Zidane, so it was assumed that his only option at national team level would be France. And well, it was for a long time. Between 2014 and 2018, he represented every level of France's youth team, from the under-16s to the under-20s. When he became old enough, he waited for the call-up to the France first team, but it just wasn't coming, not even after the retirement of Hugo Lloris. With Zidane now playing in the second tier of Spanish football, it must have become pretty clear to him that he stood no chance with the France first team. So he decided to explore his other options, which led him to Algeria. Of course, it was never a secret that Zinedine Zidane had Algerian origins, having been born to Algerian parents, so that qualified his son to represent the North African nation. Luca's request to switch was approved by FIFA in September 2025. He got his first call-up in October and debuted for Algeria that same month.
This new year, Goal 90 drops something special. Football-inspired phone cases made for the Goal 90 fam. From club colours to country pride, we've got you covered. And the best part? Customise it with your name and number. Head to the Goal 90 shop and get yours now.
Now, while folks like Talby, Zidane and Wan-Bissaka were switching to African countries, promised David was doing the opposite. He was born in Canada to Nigerian parents and he represented the Nigeria under-23s in 2022. Then, in January of 2025, the Nigeria Football Federation inquired about him, trying to call him up to the first team, but he told them that he now wanted to play for Canada. FIFA approved his switch in February. He earned his first call-up in March and made his debut and scored his first goal in June. Some say David was wise to have made the switch when he did because he'll now be heading to the World Cup next year, something he won't have been able to boast if he decided to remain with Nigeria. Moving on, let's now talk about a guy named Ole Romy. Born in the Netherlands, he represented the Netherlands at different youth levels. But in 2025, he switched to Indonesia. But how he qualifies to represent the Asian country is a pretty interesting story. You can say that Romy is Dutch through and through. He was born in Gelderland to Dutch parents, but his maternal grandmother, although ethnically Dutch, was born in North Sumatra back when it was a Dutch colony and was called the Dutch East Indies. Thanks to that, Romy is eligible to represent Indonesia. He officially obtained Indonesian citizenship in February 2025, which allowed him to switch national team allegiances. But if you think that's interesting, just wait till you hear the story of Douglas Santos. From his name, you can probably already guess that he's from Brazil. He grew up in Brazil, started his footballing career in Brazil, and only moved to Europe in 2013 at the age of 19. He would go on to play in different European countries, including Spain, Italy, and Germany. Then in 2019, at the age of 25, he joined Zenit St. Petersburg in Russia. Now, this was where everything began to change. Mind you, during the period when he was moving from club to club, he was already representing the Brazil national team. He was even part of that Neymar-led team that won Olympic gold in 2016. But fast forward to October 2024, 5 years after he joined Zenit St. Petersburg, he gained Russian citizenship, and then in March 2025, he decided to switch allegiances to Russia and he was immediately called up for a friendly against Zambia. And this was despite the fact that just 3 days prior, Brazil had already included him in a pre-list for World Cup qualifying games against Colombia and Argentina. It was so confusing why he chose to switch to Russia, who were banned from participating in every major tournament. But, well, just before we could even make sense of it, he made the decision to switch back to Brazil just a few months later. His request to switch back to Brazil was approved by FIFA in August, and, like the father of the biblical prodigal son, Brazil received him with arms wide open, calling him up for the World Cup qualifiers against Chile and Bolivia in September. Why Douglas Santos decided to obtain Russian citizenship and switch from Brazil to Russia, we will never understand. But this was surely a very interesting case, wasn't it? Anyway, are there more players who switched national teams in 2025? Tell us their names in the comments and also tell us what players you expect to switch in 2026. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the bell notification so that you never miss out on new content. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
The world's biggest tournament is coming, and the official FIFA World Cup 26 Tri-Under competition ball is here at the Goal 90 shop. Designed for the game's biggest stage, it's built for precision, speed and control. Right now, you can make it yours with 30% off plus free shipping. Don't just watch the World Cup, own a piece of it. Visit goal90.shop today and order now.
Do you want to make money with affiliate marketing? Join the Goal90 Shop affiliate program and start earning today. Get your unique affiliate link and exclusive discount coupon to share with your audience. Every sale made through your link earns you a 10% commission. No limits, just real earnings. Don't miss out. Turn your influence into income now.